Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so that you can get the latest notification about my new tutorials.
Hello and welcome to Fawaz's walkthrough videos. Today we are going to look at how to migrate your Active Directory from server 2008 R2 to 2012 R2. Almost same would apply if you are migrating from server 2008 R2 to server 2016. So to do that, first step we need to update the schema to 2012 R2, and to do that what I have done is I have inserted the 2012 R2 media into this VM which I have over here. So what I need to do is I just need to connect this media which has server 2012 R2 drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run command prompt as administrator, and then we need to actually browse to the drive where we have support folder. Inside that we have ad prep, and now we need to issue a command to prepare our forest first, and then we would do it for domain. So the command which we need to do, we need to provide to prepare our schema for forest. So this will take some time to update the schema for my forest, and then same way we will update our domain schema also. So we'll prepare the schema. All right, so I'll say I'll say C to confirm, because you need to make sure like your function domain function level should be at least 2003. So if you don't have that, then it would create an issue for you. So for me, I already have it, so that's why I just confirmed it to upgrade my forest, to prepare my schema for forest. So the command has successfully completed, so it's just finishing this. So now if you look over here, our command has successfully completed, and if you look over here, our schema for forest level is already updated. So we'll do this same thing for domain also. So our domain wide information is also updated. So once this is done, we are good to move to server 2012 R2 now. So this is my server 2012 R2. You need to make sure the network configuration should be like this. Like you have your primary DNS of this server should be the same server IP address, and the secondary DNS should be the server IP address of your old domain controller server. Secondly, this machine should be joined to domain with the appropriate name which you would like to give this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of this machine and join it to domain, and then we will start working on this. I can do these both things at the same time. Alright, so already have DC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to DC01. Alright, so now this machine is joined to domain. We will definitely restart this machine, and then we would start working on the process of migrating our domain from 2008 to 2012 R2. So my server is back. So I'm going to log in into this, not here with domain. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run server manager. All right. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add role, and we'll use this Active Directory services, add features. We'll say next, 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 restart the destination server automatically if required, and then install. Definitely this process takes some time depending on the speed of your server also. So we'll wait for this to finish. All right, so this is done. And the next step is to promote this server to a domain controller, which we are going to do from here. Add a domain controller to an existing domain. Of course, this is our domain. And we'll say next over here. All right, so now we would need to define domain name system, like whether we are going to use this server as DNS or some other server. Of course, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a password. It's recommended to use a complex password for security reason, but this is a lab environment, so I can use any small password also, and I'll say next over here. So I'll click next on this. Then over here again, I am not going to install from media FM options or anything. I'm going to click next. These are the default paths which I'm going to keep as it is. And then I'll just review this and click next. So now it is prerequisite need to be validated, of course. Once this all done, prerequisites are validated, we are going to click on install. So now it is replicating from previous domain controller, like the one which would be like my previous domain controller, which is 2008 R2. Once this is done, this server needs to be rebooted. All right, so we are going to say close, close. So configuration required, installation succeeded on this, and now it's rebooting. So my machine is up after reboot. We are going to log in into this now. And we'll verify something from here. We'll go to Active Directory user and computers. All right, and I'm going to verify if my domain controller has this machine available. So if you look over here, I have my DC01 available over here. And then I can just verify DNS. I'm going to right click on this. And I can see all the details of my machines have appeared over here. I go to properties and I go to name servers. I can see both of them right now. And of course, I'm going to remove this because I'm going to decommission it. So once this is done, the next step is to move over FSMO roles. So to do that, I'm going to run command prompt as administrator. First of all, I'm going to verify if these roles are here on and or on the old server. If you look over here, this is my old server because this server name is DC01 if you see. Alright, so now we are going to use ntds util roles connections connect to server dc01.lab.local. We need to provide fully qualified domain name connected to the server, and we'll say quit over here. Now we'll transfer the role. First of all, we'll start with schema master. Then we will move to naming master. Then I'm going to move to PDC. Then RID master. And the last is infrastructure master. I think I made a mistake. Infrastructure master. And now I'll type quit netdom qdfs mo. Oh, sorry. So now if you look, my FSMO roles are transferred to new server, which is DC01. So at this point of time, the next step is to decommission over 2008 R2 because we don't need it anymore. I'm going to go into this server and I'm going to run DC promo. Alright, so this is my Active Directory Domain Services installation wizard. I'm going to click next. It says this Active Directory domain controller is a global catalog server. Global catalog servers are used to process under logins. You should make sure other global catalog servers are accessible to users of this domain before removing the Active Directory domain services from this computer. I'm going to say OK. I'm not going to click this. And I'm going to say next over here. I'm going to provide the password. So this would be the password for the administrator account on this server because this machine would be disjoined from the domain. I'm going to click next. Oh, the domain controller could not be contacted for the domain lab.local that contain an account for this computer. Make sure the computer. The reason could be because maybe it doesn't have information of that server. I'm going to use this network adapter, I believe, and I'm going to change this. Okay, now let's see. All right. Okay, let's try now. So now I'm going to say next over here. The secretary domain controller is a global catalog server. It's just a warning. I'll say okay. I'm going to say next over here. This password would be the password for the administrator because this computer would be disjoined from domain. I'll say next and reboot or completion. Earlier, because this domain controller did not know about the other domain controller because I did not provide that domain controller's IP into its network adapter setting. That's why I got that error. But now it is able to reach to that domain controller. So now this is removing the Active Directory domain control services object and things from here. So now the removal of the role is completed. Once this machine would be rebooted, you will see that it is not part of domain anymore. If you want to join it back to domain or no, it's up to you. Thanks for watching this walkthrough video.
Thank you so much for watching for our next walkthrough videos. Please comment, subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you need to know more about any of the products I'm talking about.